Well, hello, friends, and welcome to our Sharpe Director Call. This is National Sales Director Kathryn Sharpe, and I am so excited for our two special guest speakers today. They are the newest mother-daughter dynamic director team in Mary Kay Cosmetics, and it is just with pure excitement and joy to know that this family's legacy is continuing in Mary Kay. So I am so excited to introduce you formally to brand new Mary Kay Independent Sales Director, Sarah King. She is the beautiful daughter of $1 million sales director, Mary Kathryn King. And what I love about Sarah is she's not only beautiful on the outside. I mean, you see her, she is striking, but she is beautiful on the inside. And it's been so fun to just watch her grow up on Facebook through her mom, and then also to now have a personal relationship with her and to see her as a brand new consultant at Seminar and to now as a sales director. So actually, Sarah joined Mary Kay in December of 2018 on her 18th birthday. She was a high school senior maintaining a 4.0 GPA with a full course load. Sarah is the fourth generation in her family to have her own Mary Kay business. And she debuted as a sales director 16 months after signing her agreement. She lives in Indiana with her parents, Dan and Mary Kathryn King. And as you know, her mom is $1 million sales director with Mary Kay. She also has two younger siblings, Hayden and Lauren. And Sarah, I want you to start off today's call by sharing your story, and then I know your mom also wants to share from her perspective. But what I think is so beautiful is that here you are, just a young sales director, the daughter of a top achiever in Mary Kay, but we all know that you did the work, girl. And you created a unit and you became a leader in our company in the most unpredictable, crazy, new time to work our business, having to pivot quickly with virtual. And we just could not be more excited for you. And we are so proud of you. I smile thinking about how you are the next generation of Mary Kay. So I know this journey has not been easy, and I know some people might think your mama did all of it for you, but I know you and I know your mama, and I know she didn't. You did this. You earned this position. So we are so excited for you. Welcome to the Sisterhood of Directorship, and we are looking forward to hearing about your journey today.
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you so much for having us on today. It's so exciting to be like, this is our big, duo director call. So we're so excited to be on.
Yeah. We're totally jazzed today. And, Kristen, you have played such an important role in Sarah's life from the first seminar that she came to as a guest and sat in the NSD section and got to hang out with you. She was just so excited after meeting you and seeing everything at seminar. She wanted to come home and just quit school so she could start Mary Kay. So she's been in Mary Kay her whole life, and I'm excited for her to share with you today and all the directors, and we just thank you for this opportunity. I'm so proud of her, and it's so unreal to just think that 1 year ago she was going to prom. We were planning her high school graduation, and so just to fast forward now to where she is, and also to be where she is, and so many people acted like a year ago in her life, and even some relatives acted like you have a 4.375 GPA and you're not going to college. They acted like she had completely lost her mind.
Yep.
But we're happy to report they're not saying that anymore,
nope.
Are they, honey?
So far, it's turned out pretty good for me.
Tell them a little bit about Mary Kay Way and the New Frontier.
So I just wanted to back up before we get started on what it looked like, of kind of what it took to go from where I was to where I am now. You heard a little bit of my backstory. I am fourth generation. I started on my 18th birthday. I was pretty much part-time for the first 6 months, went to seminars, a red jacket. $1 Million Weekend with Kristen. You were our guest speaker, and I came home really on fire after that event and popped into my red jacket. And I learned so much that really changed my business at that event. And then at seminar, I was like, okay, I'm coming back next seminar, which unfortunately we're not having, but I was planning do or die coming back as a sales director. And I really started working full-time in August. I went to an event one day after my 1-year anniversary with Lisa Madsen, and that also really changed things. So January 1st rolls around. I was a red jacket, but really I only had one team member who was doing anything. I had one who was on Pink Life Support Hospice, and she was on her way out of Mary Kay. And I had another one who had a launch party and ghosted. I never saw her again, and I hope she's okay because I have never seen or heard from her ever again. And I had 0 bookings. So that was what January 1st looked like for me. But I really had my heart on fire to do more. Because of this event I went to with Lisa Madsen, she was talking to me, and I super respect and admire her, and I have since even before I was in Mary Kay. And she asked me to be on Target Car or DIQ when I saw her again at the next event. And I said, okay. And then I kind of threw up in my mouth a little because, whoops, I told her, and now I'm accountable. And I think it is really, really important to hold yourself accountable to someone because, especially if you're in the Mary Kay National area, a lot of you are really lucky you have a national, you have Kristen to be held accountable to. But when you're in the Mary Kay National area and with no seminars, you don't have to face what you do or don't do at the end of the year here. It's easy to be like, oh, well, it didn't happen, and just kind of let yourself off the hook. So by being accountable to her, I would rather die than be embarrassed and see her again and have to tell her, sorry, I didn't do it. So even though I was one team member really and 0 bookings, I started booking my butt off. I got a ton of leads, and I ended up doing 46 faces and 8 chats. So the Mary Kay way is faces take you places always. And I went on Target Car at the end of the month. Then in February, I saw 60 faces. I did 10 chats. And then March, I went DIQ. March, I saw 43 faces and did 7 chats. 30 of those faces were the 1st through the 15th. So we all know what happened in the back half of the month. But I saw 43 faces, did 7 chats. And then in April, I did 25 personal faces and probably another 20 to 30 faces for launch parties. And I did 13 career chats to finish up CAR and DIQ. So I debuted 27 years from the date from when my grandma did, which was really cool. And we had to pivot, absolutely, to finish it, but so many things were the same. So I'm going to pass it over to my mom, and she's going to talk about what the shift looks like from face-to-face to virtual.
Okay, so this is where, in the middle of her DIQ, this is where we kicked off the situation, and we had to quickly pivot because she had worked so hard, and I had worked so hard to gain so much momentum. And I remember Sarah laying face down on my bed, just almost in tears about she couldn't believe that this has happened and what were we going to do. And I was like, babe, we're going to turn this around. And so we just, it was like being a brand new consultant. So directors, if you feel like, I don't know how I'm going to learn all this, I don't know how to do Zoom, I don't know how to Zoom into Facebook, whatever, we didn't either. We were Googling stuff, we were watching YouTube videos on how to do it, and we partnered up with some people that did know what they were doing. So Sarah and I were running buddies, but we partnered up with a couple other directors, and we had different gifts and talents and strengths so we could kind of help each other. So if you haven't done that already, I super encourage you to do that because that was really helpful. But being like a new consultant was a really good aha for me because it's been a really long time since I've been a new consultant. And having your daughter as a new consultant, she felt really free to share with me all the things that she thought needed to be redone as a new consultant. And like, Mom, that's old. Mom, that's lame, you know. So we had already revamped quite a few things, but in the virtual world, I really felt like every night for like probably the first 3 weeks, I felt like my brain was fried, trying to learn so much and do so much on the fly, creating new systems of new scripts for myself and then immediately implementing it into my unit. But the Mary Kay way is still the Mary Kay way. And so what we did to switch our consultants from a face-to-face business and try to shift them out of pause and panic into the virtual world was the same. They watch while you earn. So right away, we set up parties where our consultants can invite their guests, and they watched, and they were earning, and we were earning at the same time so that they could see what a virtual party looked like. The Mary Kay way is still the same. 6 guests around the table is now 6 guests around the screen. 6 guests, you guys. 6 guests is where it's at. And so I'm super excited that this week I have 9 appointments. Sarah has 9 appointments. This week alone, I'll see 50 new customers. In April, we were just starting to catch momentum. For the first time, I personally saw 100 new faces. The most I'd ever done was 82 faces, and I felt like that month I worked like an absolute dog, and I was exhausted. This time, I did more in less time. Same with Sarah. She's doing a big volume of faces and career chats in less time. The Mary Kay way is book, sell, recruit, and it still is. It's just on the other side of the screen. And what is so interesting about Sarah is she's only met face-to-face a few of her consultants. Most of them, she's never even laid her actual eyeballs on their physical body. It's all through the screen and over the phone. And so I'm going to turn it back over to Sarah because there are some new things in the virtual world, but there's still a lot of the Mary Kay way.
So, yeah, like she said, there are some new Mary Kay way things, like now we want to be professional on top, sweatpants and unicorn slippers on the bottom are totally acceptable. And so that's been cool that we can sit down in front of the computer, click on, click off, call, done. Time is less. And we are hearing from new consultants that they feel like success is more attainable, Mary Kay is more attractive because they can come home from work, change their top, have their scrub pants on the bottom, whatever, and sit down in front of the computer, click start a party, and then they're done after 40 minutes. They don't have to go out and get dress clothes. They don't have to get a sitter. They don't have any drive time. The parties are shorter. It feels easier for them. I have so many team members that, one, don't even live in my state, but also live an hour or more away from me that I met through virtual that would never be able to come to events that we're having because they don't get off of work until 5 or 6 and we have events at 7. It's too much for them to drive, feed their kids, get a sitter, all the stuff. So they feel like Mary Kay is so much easier and more attainable to have a virtual party a couple times a week, have a Facebook group, and that's it. So that is really awesome. And the Mary Kay way is still the same for recruiting. You're still sharing your pink sunshine. You're just through a screen. You're still sharing the company philosophy, sharing what an amazing opportunity this is. And like Kristen said at $1 Million Weekend, it's selfish not to share the opportunity. If you truly believe this is so amazing, it's selfish not to share it. And the same holds true for virtual. And as my mom told you, I have barely met any of my team members face-to-face. All of my team, except for that one who was kind of working back in January, are new since January. I have met a couple of them twice. One of them I've seen from, at the end of my driveway to their house or whatever. So many of them I've never met face-to-face, but sharing that pink sunshine, sharing the love, the hope, the amazing opportunity, and talking to them on the phone and doing Zooms and having group chats and things like that, and really fostering that team spirit has been really important. And it's the same as it was before. You're just communicating through a different medium. Mary Kay way on the new frontier also, lead generation looks different. So you can still have facial boxes if you want. I have facial boxes in places that are locked up and I can't get to, but you don't have to have them anymore. You can now meet people all across the United States. You don't have to be limited by your geography. I have now customers in Arizona. I've gotten leads from people in Hawaii. I've gotten people from Florida, all over. Just yesterday, I did a post that's a break the states kind of thing where I'm working on lead generation all across the country. My team members are in Washington, Nevada, Illinois, Indiana, Maryland, all over. We don't have to be right where we are anymore. And it's the same relationship I have with my team members who live 5 minutes from me that I do in Maryland because we're just communicating in the exact same way. We're not seeing each other face-to-face anymore. So that's been really amazing. And our unit, well, my unit, my mom's unit, our future area, we've really been working on building still a family feel through virtual. So I'm going to pass it back to her, and she's going to tell you more about what that looks like.
Okay, so now more than ever, I mean, we've always said that calling people is important, but we feel like, Sarah and I both feel like it's even more critical now because we're not seeing our people face-to-face on Monday night. So picking up the phone and calling people is super, super important, and they will answer the phone because actually what I find is that people answer the phone more now than ever because it's so rare to actually get a phone call. So Sarah has developed really tight relationships with her consultants, even though she's never actually seen them, because she talks to them all the time. And that was something that I was really concerned about when we couldn't have face-to-face meetings anymore, because I've always had very highly attended unit meetings, a really tight unit, high esprit de corps. I mean, we're the royal family, and it feels like it. And Sarah was really missing. She's got a whole lot more eye in her than I do, and so she was really missing some of that. And so I've shared on this call before that fun is the currency of people, and in a really serious and scary situation, we tried to bring some fun on our Monday night Zooms. And so we were doing a weekly theme, and what we had them do was post their picture. So if it was wear pink, they were to take a selfie and post it on our team Facebook page. And what that did is it made a lot of other people go, hey, what are they doing? That looks like they're having fun. One night we did Tiger King edition, and everybody wore animal print, and that was hilarious. And so we did a poll, like raise your hand during the meeting if you think Carol Baskin killed her husband. Like, it was just ridiculous, but it was fun. People were having fun. And we did all kinds of different themes, from silly themes to business themes. That was really great. But also we started inviting guest speakers. I could have never had top sales director Emily Sims on my call last night if we were doing a face-to-face event. But Emily got on, and, man, what a stick of dynamite, man. She just fired them up about virtual business. So that was awesome. We also started doing breakouts at the end. So we meet from 7 to 8:30 for some recognition and some training, and then those who want to stay on can stay on from 8 to 8:30 for bonus content. So that kind of showed me who all my serious people were. Some people, of course, have to get off because their child is screaming or whatever. But for the most part, most people are staying on. And so what we do is we go into breakout rooms. It's completely random. I mean, you can do that yourself and manually put people into rooms, but I didn't. I learned how to do this, by the way, on YouTube. And the consultants go into breakout rooms anywhere from like 5 to maybe 10 people in a breakout room. I try to put my directors. Now I've been putting directors in each room. And then there is a room captain because we want to develop leaders. And so either they choose in the room a room captain, or last night the directors chose the room captain. And so this is so exciting to see these up-and-coming leaders be the room captain. And so they're all communicating with each other during the week. They all share their phone numbers. And so it's a world-class cross-pollination of our people, new people, seasoned people, people in Maryland and people in Florida. People are getting to know each other in my unit that are sharing with me that I always saw her name, but I never knew her before because she lives in Mississippi and I live in Indiana. So that's been phenomenal. The room captain turns in their numbers on Sunday night because each week the team has a challenge. What team can sell the most items? What team can do the most career chats? What team can get the most bookings? And wow, has that really fired up our people. And because they're on a team, it matters what they do and it matters what they don't do. So we're seeing productivity go up in our consultants because they don't want to let their teams down. And they're sharing ideas with each other. So we feel like we're working less sharing ideas and training and stuff like that because they're all helping each other, which is what we want anyway, is to develop and empower future leaders and our own consultants. So each week we have more and more people joining our Zoom. We had 57 on last night, which we thought was super exciting. So In the personal business, I have been asking, and so has Sarah, at the end with our customers as we do the individual close going forward, because I'm hearing some people say, I'm kind of waiting until this gets over. I can't wait to go back to face-to-face. And I will tell you, this is what I have found. Every single customer that Sarah and I had asked, and that has been a lot because I developed 100 new in April alone. Every single person that I have asked going forward in the future, if you had to choose face-to-face or virtual for your facial or party, which would you choose? I want you to know that every single person said virtual. Some people have said, I love face-to-face, I love getting together with my girlfriends, but if I had to choose, I will choose virtual. This was so fast. This was so fun. I didn't have to feel guilty about leaving my kids because I was at work all day and going back out in the evening. Virtual is everything. It's really the new frontier. And in my mind, it's like kind of like I imagine we're on like the land run, and this is so incredibly exciting for our businesses. And so I hope that if you haven't already jumped on the virtual bandwagon, that we just lit the stick of dynamite under you and that you go all in on this, because we are doing twice the productivity and half the time. So we just encourage you to go for it.
And Mary Kay, whether it's face-to-face or now in our virtual world, your pink dreams can come true. My little girl dream has absolutely come true. And we just thank you guys so much for having us on today, and we hope that this really inspired you. And we'll pass back to Kristen now.
Oh, my gosh, I'm crying. I'm crying because I'm so happy for you guys. That was so beautiful and so empowering. And, yes, a stick of dynamite is even underneath me. So thank you. And you brought me back to the feeling of me being a new consultant in my mom's unit and telling her all the things that I thought she could do differently. And, of course, my mom had such grace, just like your mom, Sarah, and made the changes, made the pivot. And I can just imagine being in your home, because as we have done some Zooms together, seeing your dad is there answering comments and making sure the technical part of this business is set up for you guys. I mean, I just would have loved to have been a little fly on the wall in the King household watching this unfold. But what a blessing the two of you are to the Mary Kay world, and what a blessing this call is going to be. So we can't wait. I know, Sarah, your mom's going to be crowning you queen, and I know you are both going to be debuting as national sales directors. And so thank you for continuing your family's legacy. You're the fourth generation. I know Mary Kay Ash is just smiling and singing in heaven, because that was her true desire, to have a company that mothers loved so much that they wanted nothing more than to pass it on to their daughters. And you are living proof of that. Wow. Okay, now that I've got it together a little bit more, oh my goodness. Okay, wow, thank you. I believe that this call is going to go viral. It's going to touch so many people, and I'm so grateful that we recorded it. And Sarah, I hope that you can see this as just almost a director debut, your director debut that you got to share with the entire Mary Kay world. Thank you for pivoting quickly. Thank you for listening to your mama, even when sometimes it maybe didn't make sense. And Mary Kathryn, thank you for learning how to lead and be the leader that your daughter needed, but also the mother at the same time, because that is not easy. But you figured it out, and you're going to continue to figure it out. Thank you for reminding us that the Mary Kay way is the Mary Kay way, but we just might be in front of a screen right now. But I 100% agree with what you said, that now, because you've embraced the technology, because you've embraced this additional way that we can work our business, we're going to be twice as productive in half the time. Wow. Thank you, my friends. Is there anything else that you would like to add or to say? The floor is yours.
Well, I just love that you shared that mom's going to be crowning me queen one day, because I say that at all my parties. every time when I do the marketing, my little girl, like, pink dream is to be crowned on stage just like your mom crowned you. So I just love that you shared that because that is totally, like, next up on my vision board. It was just such a joy to get to share. And the weird thing about a director debut that I didn't think I would ever have is virtual and hearing from so many more people than I ever could have at our local meeting. So it's been so exciting.
Thank you for the opportunity, Kristen. We're having the time of our lives here, figuring out the new frontier, but still doing it the Mary Kay way. And I really do believe that the going virtual, if we're going to look at this whole COVID thing, is like the 60 minutes. When that happened, yes, Mary Kay exploded. And I really think that going virtual is going to cause the next gigantic explosion in Mary Kay. I've never been this excited in my entire career, including our $1 million year. I've never been this excited about the future of Mary Kay and our businesses.
I 100% agree. Well, thank you for the reminder that we can learn anything on Google. So here's the deal. None of you are allowed to ask them any questions about those technical things because you can get on Google just like they did. And I know, Sarah, that you said that you need some accountability. So I'm just wondering, when is that pink Cadillac kind of coming in the driveway? Because, I mean, how cute would that be for you and your mom to have matching cars in the driveway?
Absolutely adorable. We're on target for our next car already, so we got the hustle on for that, and then Cadillacs are next.
Awesome. Well,
Sarah. Yeah, 2-year anniversary. That'd be cool.
Okay, there you go. Well, thank you, my friends, for being on, and I also just want to thank your brother and sister and your dad because I know this was a family affair, and they had to do a lot of pivoting in the King household to allow the two of you to work the way you have been working and to pivot so quickly. And I think that's been so fun to watch, that this truly is a family business, and a family business that goes 4 generations deep and now beyond. All right, my friends, love you and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.